Hello everyone, this is the IT Mommy. You can follow me on Instagram at the IT Mommy, and you can follow me on Facebook. I have a page there with the same name, the IT Mommy 007. So to stay updated on all my life events and everything that I learn and would love to share with you all. Thank you. So we'll just jump right into it. And this is iPad of my daughter, and let's just go click the settings. It asks me, is this iPad for yourself or your child? Because this is my daughter, so I'm gonna do the settings accordingly. Make sure that the settings for you and other people might be very different, because there would be some location restrictions and we don't want to put it on your phone because you really want your navigation and all those things. So let's just say this is my child's iPad, and how much screen time is allowed. So basically, if you want to allow them 1 hour, 2 hour of screen time, like if you want to give them time to play on iPad just for an hour or two, then you can set that. And even you can set from what time, like from 10 a.m. till whatever time. So let's just say we start at 5 p.m. and we end at 7 p.m. So we have set up 2 hours. For some parents it might look like a lot, but my children also study on their iPads, so yeah, I use that time for studying also. Okay, so the next thing you're gonna see is the app limits. So let's say your child is spending time on social networking sites like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or whatever. Or like my kids are still very young, they're still like pre-primary, so we can say that they're watching a lot of games. So if I don't want them to play the games for more than an hour, so I can individually set those settings that if they're playing games, don't let them play for more than an hour, or if they are doing something creative, it's fine. Or if it's education related, let them play for more than an hour. So like let's say if you do games, you can just go at the bottom and you can say that just let them play for 1 hour, and then you can set the app limit. Okay, and then about the content and privacy. So the next is content and privacy, and because there is a lot of different types of content that we do not want our children to see, like there is some adult content, and then there is some violent music, and there are different kind of stuff that we want to restrict our children's access to. So here we can do that. We can restrict the websites we do not want them to see, like wherever some adult website or some violent websites, and and we can restrict the type of music that they listen to. So let's do that. So it's going to ask us our screen time passcode. This is what you enter, and don't forget to remember it, because you have to remember it, otherwise next time it would be harder to retrieve. So just give me a minute, I'm going to enter mine. So I have set up passcode for my screen, and it's going to ask you 2 times. So I entered that. Now if you see, it has taken me to a page with all the app limits, downtime, communication limits, and all different kind of things. So now the next step is, okay, so I want to show you moms that after we are done with that step, it's going to take us to a screen again. We're still in the screen time, and if you see here, you see communication limits. Sorry, not this one, this one. So if you see here, you see during allowed screen time, do you want to allow your child to communicate with everyone? So I have some reservations about it, because there are some games, if you know, like Minecraft, or probably I think even in Roblox and some other games, where children are having these chat boxes on the side, and they are talking to other children, and they are talking to other parents or grown-ups maybe. And it kind of like scares me, because God forbid, there are different kind of people in the world, and so many dangerous people, pedophiles or whatever. So I don't want my children to communicate with strangers. So what I do is I do not allow them to contact everyone. So I just say contacts only. So these are the contacts that and they are already in the iCloud. And so yeah, I just restrict their communication with contacts only. So that is what you can do also. So now we have come to a very important part in our settings, which will be the final for this series. And I want you to pay really close attention to these ones. So if you go in screen time, you're going to see content and privacy restrictions. Just click on that, and if you see at the top, there is a so you're gonna move the button, and it's gonna activate the settings. So now you can change them. It says content and privacy restrictions, and I'm gonna show you which are the very important settings that we must do in this section, which are really helpful and really crucial. If you see, it says location services. So because it's not my phone, and I use my phone for navigation in my car, and all the GPS and everything, but it's my child's tablet. So it's for their security and for their safety. I don't want any stranger to locate where they are communicating from, their home address or anything like that. So that really scares me. So what I do is I say this option, if you see, share my location. So I say I turn it off. So it says sharing your location from this device is disabled. So I don't want anyone to see where my child is communicating from. So we're going to go back. And the next very important setting is Bluetooth sharing. Like if your child, my kids always move their hands on the screens, and they sometimes turn the Bluetooth on. And if they are in the vicinity in a public space or somewhere where someone can access that Bluetooth, first password protect it. If not, then I would suggest that just take this setting and turn the Bluetooth off, because through Bluetooth, pictures can be shared and data can be shared, which is very personal to you. So yeah, just for your own safety, do that. The next one is very important, content restrictions. And if you click content restrictions, it asks you, do you want the music and podcast and news? So it by default it says explicit, but for little children we don't want that. So I'm going to click clean, and I'm going to go back. And then it shows movies, allow all movies. Obviously we cannot allow the movies. So depending on the age of your child, says it's like PG, 15 plus, 18 plus, because my children are still very young. So I'm going to do PG. And if you look at the books, again it says explicit. We can't do that, because just like internet, books also don't always have child appropriate content. It can be violent and it can be adult content. So I'm going to just click clean. And for the web content, it asks, do you want an unrestricted access, like the children can search anything on Google? But I say limit adult website. So or you say allow websites only. So if you want your child to access only 10-15 websites that you really trust and you really know that are gonna teach them some good things, or at least they are safe, so you can just allow those websites, and you can add any new website that you want over here. and you can go back. So yeah, there are many things. Even for the Siri, it says like, children these days just say okay Google, and they say hello Siri. So do you want to restrict that? Because it says in Siri explicit language, so you say don't allow explicit language even for the Siri. So I hope that this video was even a little bit useful for you guys. And if you have any questions, any confusions, or anything you want to ask me, just drop in the questions at my Instagram, the IT Mommy, or you can also say the same thing on Facebook page, the IT Mommy 007, and you can ask me any questions that you want. Thank you so much. Bye.